Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. I'm Frozen Mother, and today we're continuing on with some Hades 2. That is right. Just feel like doing normal runs again. Maybe. Don't know. Oh yeah, we got that fan as well, which we can do interesting things with. And then we've also got to try and unlock the rest of those. If I can do, I guess? Who knows? Who knows indeed. Let's take the Zeus's Bangle. Go for a Thunder Run. Why not? That is the plan.
We all saw you disappear into that pitch-black stone. Another means by which you may spring into action, retaining the element of surprise. Pretty nice.
That stone has been here all this time. It's so much more than a monument to night, and its origins even more ancient. But I never considered it a weapon in our arsenal.
Well, not like you can crack me over the head with it, but yeah.
Let us go down.
No holding back.
Your journey begins anew again, young lady. Though let's see how it goes for you when you have my incomparable blessing from the start.
Someone's big-headed. Each encounter underneath the font. Nah, special inflicts, attacks. Let's upgrade that. And let's go.
Lightning from on high.
Let's go. Pick up all the seeds, because we've got the shovel. Yeah,
I'll slay you.
chilling out at the moment. It is my week off, so got lots of plans and people to see, stuff to do, usual stuff like that.
What did I say?
You know, I try particularly hard if I can. Do we upgrade what I currently have? It just increased the damage, just increased the proc, so get another lightning boon. Why not? But yeah, been really just spending some time focusing on what I want to focus on, which is kind of been nice, rather than having to worry about work and things. And
A lightning sigil.
you know, I think it's a lot better when you can do that. Nope, this is activate bolt chain. My cast causes lightning strikes to repeat. We'll take that. We'll take that.
King every time.
And life. Always found the life total. But yeah, I just been messing around for the day. I got lots of plans, set meal prep up, usual stuff like that for the week, and you know, it's just, I don't know, sometimes it's just nice to not have to worry about a lot of stuff. And I forgot what that felt like for a while. You know? Which is kind of a shame, really, when you really think about it. Like, I got so ingrained into doing work and everything else as well that I just haven't been able to chill out. And like, today, oh, that's an upgraded boon. That's really annoying.
A root stalker.
But yeah. I was quite chuffed a bit, shall we say, with doing nothing for the day. Had a nice afternoon nap as well, because, you know,
Got you.
I'm a big kid. Whenever I sprint, never use mana. May strike one more time. Thank you.
Lightning from on high.
I will say an afternoon nap was really something I needed. Not if I was tired, just the fact that I just wanted to relax and there's no better feeling than realising that your work colleagues are stuck at work, working while you're just fast asleep, chilling out and relaxing. You know? And what can we get from our shop today? Healing. No, I'll take the random seeds. I will take random seeds. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's the old man in me, you know. That just kind of sits there and goes, you know what, this is relaxing. This is something I don't get to do, and because I don't get to do it, it feels like taboo. And I always laugh, especially for someone like myself. It's always the mundane things that I treat like as the forbidden fruit. My attacks have 20%, 20 power. I'll take that.
Imbued with greater strength.
Will just mean the trigger is a lot better. Take the gold. But yeah, I said it's a hard thing to get your head around, you know.
Enough of that.
Nice.
Thank you, Father.
Oh my god, that made me laugh so much on the timing. Oh, my mind's in the gutter. I don't care.
I bid you shine for me again tonight.
To have lived all your life in misty Erebus, the world is so much vaster than that place. You shall see much more of it, I think, ere your task is complete. Please make your choice.
Turns me impervious doing nightmare. Hex beam that deals damage. Now we'll just go for the nightmare. Like, for 5 seconds I just get to deal loads of damage while not taking anything, so it is actually worthwhile. And psyche it is. But okay, yeah. Oh, that was hilarious. The timing of that was brilliant.
Hold on, sister.
The hunter's mark again.
I do chuckle whenever I see it. Sometimes it is bloody hilarious. Like, those are sort of moments where it's just like, it's just funny because it ends up happening, you know? Anyway, but where was I before I was so rudely interrupted?
That's all of them.
There you are.
We'll do a gift here, because, yeah.
What's all this extra generosity from you lately? It's putting me on edge. Don't you go acting like this is goodbye.
It's merely that the arrow-riddled remnants of my foes give me occasion to reflect. I tell myself never to take my dear friends for granted.
You probably know Ares has been buzzing around Olympus recently. One good lightning bolt from Father Zeus would normally take care of that, but he's been occupied.
One good lightning bolt, how about one good arrow? We'd be saved a lot of trouble if Eris were to be plucked from the sky one of these nights.
I'd gladly volunteer, it's just that Father has everything well under control. Says I'm needed way out here instead. But if I do spot the wings of strife, they're going down.
Yeah, Seeking Arrow, I will take that, actually.
My mark is yours.
Because that's extra DPS out.
Go unseen.
So I said this in a
Handle this.
Hades video, just a normal one.
Blade of the underworld. Won't be needing your help here. Thanks. Make yourself useful.
Focus on yourself.
Like, so I was saying this, earlier, as such, in the single Hades video, by one of the ones I uploaded, but the only thing I probably could say that I'm a bit disappointed in this game is its the sense of humor from Hades that you had before, that sort of flirtatious innuendos that would end up popping up.
Fair's fair.
Across the fields of morning where the path descends to Tartarus, a monstrous creature there. Do you know what it is?
It's a problem. Can't always find my way to it, and even when I do, that thing forces me back. But don't worry, got my eye on it.
But yeah, I'll do that as well. But it's one of those things where, I don't know, the tone of the game is completely different anyway, right?
At least the family knows about you now. Always wanted to say, message to Olympus, Persephone and Hades had another kid, and she's all right. But Heck knew we had to wait, and she knows a lot, so my lips were sealed.
I've cast use less mana. Dodging damage. Yeah, why not? We'll do that.
And we're off.
But yeah, I mean that overall tone.
Your aura is different, stronger. You have been studying the Arcana, meditating at your altar to prepare for your attempts.
Each card reveals to me a different strength. If I steady myself and concentrate, then it's as though I become one with whomever they depict. If only I could focus on them all.
To focus by its nature is to choose. Come, demonstrate to me this newfound understanding of yours.
Oh no, we'll eventually get them all, because that's like one of the plans. But yeah, so the tone of the game is different anyway, which is kind of a big factor of this, which is probably, you know, as part of the design choice. But it is something where I kind of miss it, right? It could be just me because I'm a dude, but it was kind of the part of the reason why I liked Hades, was that sort of kind of like tone that was not taking itself too seriously, even though there was a serious story. Yeah. And now it's kind of like we've gone from just trying to escape hell, essentially, to see your mother. Which is, you know, it's a serious story, not going to deny that. But even after, at the end of all that, when you complete your task, you're then just deceiving the gods to make sure that nothing kind of seems out of place. So there is that kind of like, yeah, we're just going to pretend still, like, you know, that sort of funny undertone, which is the same as the whole game. Plus, the boss fights and stuff tend to, well, especially like Meg and all the Furies.
Though how much farther you can go, we'll see.
For me.
Did always tend to have that sort of like flirtatious undertone, regardless of what they said. It's just the way it was, which was a credit to the writers, in my opinion, on just how funny that made it. Yeah.
Which keepsake now?
What should we go with? Oh no, yeah, always go Aphrodite, because I would like something like up close and personal. It also means I get like a better upgrade.
At least my feet are clean.
The underworld.
So it is kind of like a.
Oh.
Let's go down here.
Seeks me. Chaos.
It might seem like a small difference, but to me, it's kind of one of the reasons why I kind of like the characters so much, because they all were interconnected and they had that sort of like investment as well.
I know such sweetness as this nectar is never to be taken for granted, Almighty Chaos. Please, it's yours. Wondrous creations such as this are only possible because of you.
Such gestures are unnecessary to the arrangement between us. If this is an act of supplication, then simply speak your mind, although I sense no deeper motive presently.
You know?
The weavings of the fates are said to bind both mortals and immortals alike. The course and outcome of all lives, all preordained. Thus the sense of choice is merely an illusion. Do you believe this, Spawn of Hades? Respond.
I think the fates determine much about our lives. When and where we are born, for instance, and to whom. But I don't think they set every detail. And I know they're not weaving at all right now, because Kronos has them.
I see. For the most part, I concur with your assessment. I am the reason Kronos has them now. He asked me where to find them, and I decided to tell him. To verify such choices could be made without their influence. Now do you understand my quandary? Respond.
Oh no. Almighty Chaos, you were deceived. Kronos wished to find the fates for his own gain. They were one of the only forces in this world powerful enough to stop him.
Yet they are not so powerful as they appeared. Nevertheless, I think you are correct. Kronos indicated his intentions were benign. I am unfamiliar with deceit and was misled. I remain quite displeased about this still.
Actually, that's pretty good to have, but that means 3 encounters I can't use attacks. Take that. Not getting gold is fine. But yeah, like, I don't know. I feel like it's something that is missed on this particular one as comparison. It's like the old game, but then, you know, stuff is meant to change, it's meant to adapt, and going for a more serious tone in comparison is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just different, right? And so it's taking some adaptation to go to. But you could probably understand my disappointment where it's just kind of like the jokes and stuff and that sort of friendly atmosphere that was created by such things really made the characters who they were in some cases. So it was kind of an important aspect of both the gameplay and the character interactions, because whether they knew they were doing it or not, it just showed you kind of how close they all were. And within this game, although the character's still close, it's a different kind of familiar bond in a way. And that's kind of the thing where it's like, yeah, you know? It's just different from what you're expecting, which can sometimes both be a good and a bad thing. To me, I mean, yeah, it's still a good game. I enjoy it. Whether the character interactions are as fleshed out as the original Hades is one of my questions, where, you know, we may get answers, we may not. But it's definitely a big talking point, I would say, within sort of Hades communities and stuff, on whether they all think
Too hot for you?
kind of like, is that sort of character interaction the same? Like, the gameplay was really good, but I think what really kind of compelled everything was the interaction between all the characters. Like, it was a massive reason why I enjoyed it. And also one of the reasons why I kept playing, because surprisingly enough, it just being like a roguelike was not good enough for me to continue playing a game. I wanted to know what happened. I wanted to solve the mystery and stuff, you know? Like, generally that is kind of the whole reason why I ended up playing the game so much as I did.
Hideous thing. I know so little still of matters of the heart. There's surely so much I could learn from you, Lady Aphrodite. I'm honored to have met.
Oh, sweetness, the honor is all mine. For matters of the heart, the key is openness. So you're well on your way towards the understanding you desire. Oh, gorgeous, I can barely see you anymore. And what a shame that is for me. Although, where are you anyway? Caught somewhere underneath the sea itself? Your father's realm is very vast indeed.
I just deal more damage. Oh, that's great. And it doubles that if I end up getting in there. Yeah, that's pretty good, actually.
Beautiful.
Bonus damage across the board. Why not? Take level up. But yeah, I mean, I understand the change in tone. And that's absolutely fine. I've got no problem with it. You know, it's just the way things sometimes will be, the way things will work out, and yeah, you kind of expect it after a bit. Like, the adaptation, the changes in the characters, the way story has to kind of go as well. Is it better or worse? I mean, that's subjective. Like, I don't really think the whole story is kind of set up yet, so, you know, alpha phases and all that. You know. And it was obviously a conscious choice based upon the characters and interactions as well. Like, you can see a more mothering and protective look from everyone else around with the characters, which kind of makes sense because you know, they brought her up from a ye little lass. Ooh, increase my attack power. That's great. Thank you very much. Shop.
It's Charon.
Do we buy everything? Yeah, we buy everything. That go to like 1/5 is probably a lot better. But
My mother's strength.
We cannot always reach you in those depths, though your boatman seems to have no trouble at all. Keeps to himself, fends for himself. I quite like him.
I bet you do. See, like that's what it was missing. If we become heroic, then lose rarity every 5 encounters. Boons affected 2. Nah, see, like that seems bad on me. Inflicts hitch on contact with foes. I like the Nexus Sprint, that seems interesting. But I think the special, dealing extra damage and inflicting the hitch is more interesting, because that way then it can just link people together and they can do damage to everyone. Yeah, gift you stuff, Charon. Why not?
I know you require only gold, my lord. Nevertheless, I wanted to give you something more. I've always found your commitment to the realm and to your discipline inspiring.
And let's go face off against one of my favourite bosses.
Hello. Look at gals. We've got ourselves a crowd. Oh, let's knock 'em dead. What do you say?
Bit disappointed that I've lost all the interaction, because, like, I will say it now, like, their character interactions is what sold it for me, you know? It is the whole point of why I ended up liking them so much, was the character interest, plus the music as well. Okay, I did not realize just how strong some of Zeus's boons were. Well, maybe I just got an overpowered build. I do not know.
That's quite enough of them.
But I melted those. Yeah, do we keep that? Right, not really. Run a boon. I'm choosing a boon. Make it a duplicate. Do I have a common boon is the question. Supporting fire. And the Pauper's Favor. Yes, please. Ah, I've already drank. I will keep it though, because if I drink again, it'll upgrade one of them. Let's buy that. I'm just buying all the stuff, trying to get all the things done in regards to the list of fates. It is a big thing for me to make sure I end up getting all that done, because I just want to get it out of the way. Let's go.
Come fight me.
Yeah. It's one of the things that is kind of weird to talk about, kind of like any sort of genuine sort of criticism or differences, and kind of coming to terms with both those differences, but also kind of like, you know, expressing your opinion on it as well, because I don't necessarily feel like what they did is a bad choice, right? My more thing that kind of, I would say, kind of brings to my attention as such is why the change, and then that's what I want to figure out. It's like, okay, so is it because the character
Lord Charon will want this.
in particular was raised by all these people, so the interaction is more natural, so they have to kind of bring on this more sort of protective role, you know, like a motherly role, fatherly role, stuff like that. And is that why we now have the difference? During the hex deal more damage, that seems great. It charges up automatically, that is also really good. Your Death Defiance fully recharged my hex. Yes, please. I have 1% dodge chance. During your hex, deal 10 damage to Guardians. Hex lasts for extra 1 second. Attack 20% faster. Yes, please. So it is kind of like, to me, like a big thing to figure out, because you're looking at there and being like, okay, well, what is the particular reasoning for why the sudden change? Go this way. Like,
Thirsty for more, are we?
there we go. Melted him down so quickly.
Already had a brush with Sister Hera, have you now? She's more accustomed to attending youngsters such as you, but then again, she's got her own to deal with. So why not stick with me?
Sprint remove stuff is pretty good whenever I attack, restore magic, which is actually pretty good. That will kind of really give me some back. Special launch fiery projectile, but uses inflict scorch. Like, that's pretty good for destroying stuff, and I will always take it because like it just invalidates stuff. Although I don't think it works as intended.
And there she is. There she is. There she is.
It's Echo.
You must have hidden back when Nemesis was here. Big dark-haired daughter of Nyx that sometimes storms through these fields. But you don't have to be afraid of her. Afraid of her. Don't have to be afraid of her. Don't be afraid of her.
Boon of Hestia, yes please, actually. It's better than the rest of them. Like, I don't mind this. Lose 2% each time you dodge. Like, that's pretty good.
See you next time. Next time.
Although, gift. I got one left. Take it.
It means a lot to see your friendly face. May this nectar sweeten your time here. Look how vast these fields are. Plenty of room for more than just sorrow. More than just sorrow. Just sorrow. Just sorrow.
Let's see what boon we get. Attacking restores mana. Soot sprint, but I get extra bonuses. Hold cast to aim projectile. Does explosion damage as well. Technically is better. Fine. We'll take it. We will take it. What do we get here? No, we'll go this route. Extra health, weapon upgrade, usual stuff like that. But yeah, there is a importantness on why something is done to me. Yeah? Not necessarily because what was done is good or bad. Like, I don't really care about that sort of stuff. It's more if the reasoning behind why someone does something is more logical and makes sense, right? So, like, why was something changed? Like, you know, was there a particular reason for it? Is it monetary differences? Is it trying to appeal to a wider audience? Like, those are the impacts that kind of just brought up. Just generally more damage is better.
Now 2 remain.
And it's something I will always tend to bring out when it comes to like small stuff, because I nitpick over the smallest details, and if someone wants to do something, right, there's got to be a reasoning behind why they did it. And people tend to make choices for like erroneous reasons, in particular for people pleasing and stuff. So then you can kind of see the flaws in the logic when that stuff happens, and it's, to me, it's extremely frustrating. For most people, they don't really care, but once I notice a problem, it's like it's like an entire like patch of paint on the wall being the wrong color, you know, and it's very obvious. And you think stuff like, why did you do that? And then someone sits there and tells you like, oh, I did that because these people told me that it looked better like this. And you're like, but it looks horrible, right? And like, yeah, but if I didn't, they wouldn't come here, and that'd be a problem. You're like, more damage from behind, after attack, but uses more mana. That's actually better.
Fine work as always.
And shop me, bro. Like, the idea of catering to randomness sometimes is, I don't understand it. But then, you know, maybe I'm not meant to.
Go show that shade the way.
A pink one.
Rest easy now. Olympus, accept this message.
Gain 1 Death Defiance legendary boon. Yes, please.
Here we go.
Let's face off against Cerberus.
I'm not afraid of you.
Hi, Cerby boy. But yeah, it is a particular question that ends up popping up nowadays. I would say more than it should do. You know? no idea why it has to be like that kind of most of the time, but
Now I release you.
man, this build like shreds.
The grim, resourceful underworld princess somehow soothes the savage beast.
Like, it's one of the things where I always say, like, I'm always a fan of changing something to fit the storytelling environment more than I am to appease anything else. So, if it makes sense within... We'll pick that up. We get an upgrade, right? Yes. Support fired. Yeah, rarefied. Nice. Now, what do we want? Yeah, take the extra life, why not? And shot me, bro. I'll take that. And I'll take that as well. I think I just bought everything from the shop. But yeah, it's kind of that more important is like what do you class as important within the story itself that you're creating, what is the main aspect of it, and then when some of them will make changes based upon a contradiction is the bit that annoys me the most, you know?
No more hiding in shadows.
I've seen enough people do it where it's like, oh yeah, I really want to do this, and suddenly like, oh, I don't want to do that anymore. You know, why not? And they'll be like, oh, because so-and-so told me that I shouldn't be, you know? I'm like, and what does that matter? Like, do what you want to do kind of thing. But nah, nothing ever works like that simple anymore.
Carefully.
Nice. Now, I would love to go and see that, and I'm very annoyed that I can't, but we gotta go here first.
Shade rot.
Will you let me pet you?
Fierce hellhound Cerberus has many fangs, but little trust to spare.
Let me pet. Oh.
Daughter, tell me what became of the Witch of the Crossroads, should you know. When all seemed lost, your mother and I, we left you in her care.
And she has cared for me ever since. Prepared me. Though we had best not speak of her in these chambers. Suffice it to say, the unseen remain in shadow.
Good. She was, well, as you say, we'd best say nothing more. Though if you have the opportunity, extend to her my deepest gratitude.
Restore life, gain dark form, recharge every 40 seconds, or just reduce Kronos' health by 20%. That's pretty good, actually. I think that's brilliant. I just realised this, and this is going to sound silly, but Hades kind of has its own harem if you really wanted to, right? Like, generally, the guy seems to be surrounded by more women than I've ever seen. Is he like every male shonen protagonist, where it's like he's always surrounded by women but doesn't really know what to do with it? And again, I guess the only good news is he's actually picked his kind of the one he wants to spend his life with, you know? Rather than kind of dithering about. Oh, my stutter's coming back terribly.
Enough of that.
Yeah, just take that out for now. Yeah, it was one thing I had when I was younger, was the stutter. It was very frustrating to deal with, shall we say. Not because, like, you know, I was taking the mick out of or stuff like that, but for me, I was very self-conscious about it. And I spent a lot of time in my room, especially most mornings and stuff like that, listening to... no reward? Oh yeah, don't get rewards in these runs. These rooms. I'm so used to being like, oh, you can't continue until you pick something up. But yeah, I had quite the stutter as a child. So I spent a lot of time watching American classic kind of sitcom shows and trying to spend most of my time to get rid of that stutter by doing so. Which is why my accent can sometimes be really weird. You know? Like, I'll say something and then it's like, I'll become like really American and for no apparent reason, or just have that sort of like
No traitor to the house shall go unpunished.
weirdness about particular words I'm saying as well. Then there's also like my own regional dialect and stuff like that, you know. The usual randomness that you end up getting with stuff like that. How we pronounce particular things here where I live is sometimes dubious at best. We can really go with our oohs and the usual farmer type of accent.
Split path.
It is hilarious though when you can just kind of like switch it on and stuff. Some healing is a good idea, but we can buy this first, get lots of that. Should get more health in general. Healing is kind of pointless, might as well take the boon here.
On my authority.
I mean, healing is good, but... Per fire boon, yes please. Or do we take the restore? Take the restore because it will give me a chance to consistently trigger my abilities and stuff, because that's kind of what I need.
River, take me.
And let's see if we can beat Kronos with this setup. Should do. I got lots of revives and stuff, so unless I'm an idiot.
You yet persist.
I thought all the chthonic gods opposed you openly, but you persuaded Eris of all creatures to your side. A laughable alliance, though not bad for sowing more destruction and dissent.
I am owed credit for a great many things, my girl, but not for any such alliances with strife. What use have I for Nyx's youngest whip? Although perhaps she is no fool, if she has rallied to my banners, as you say.
They never learn.
Man, I really do shred his health. I really do shred health bars with this build. It's kind of nice. You know? Shredding health bars is kind of nice for once, you know? I'm so tired of suffering. Really? Nice though, that's one down.
So, you possess some of your father's strength. Or rather, mine.
That's annoying. He's now half health, so that's pretty good. That's annoying. But yeah, I'm enjoying this. It's kind of nice to just not have to worry about stuff, you know? No death defiance use.
Brought low once more. For what? Some grains of sand. I shall remember this.
Hey, that was a really good run.
For the underworld.
Victory, Hand of Hermes. That generally was, like, huge.
The remains of time. Should have a look around.
The gutted grand hall of the former House of Hades eerily lies still. Knowing the immortal Titan shall return, the Dark Princess pursues an object that may be the key to her predicament.
It should be in the prince's chamber still.
Let's go in here.
Seek not to know what happened to the terrifying princess of the underworld. The time shall come when all shall be made clear.
Return to Shadow now.
It is a shame that we can't see what's going on in there. We have now kind of done everything as far as like most stuff goes, but we can still keep going.
Oh, that was productive.
Let's go to our talking, because that's always fun.
Whoa, hold on. What's going on with you? Never seen you so excited in my life, death, whatever. What, did you discover a new species of root vegetable or something?
Yeah, totally.
Dora, I found him, Kronos, and I beat him. Withstood every trick he had, until he yielded and expired.
Oh, nice. So then it's over, right? Or what?
Well, no, he isn't dead. I mean, he isn't gone, not yet. I have to go, alright?
It's hard to explain.
All good.
It's hard to explain.
So...
Nice.
Committed to this realm.
More? Ah. Oh, it's the second page.
I learned what happened to the Fates, Lord Moros. Or rather, how Kronos discovered where they were. It was Chaos who led Kronos to them. Chaos, of course, seems to regret this now, and I don't think had any ill intent.
Oh, that is a lot of information to take in. It does make some amount of sense. Kronos having free reign in your father's house, eventually found his way to Chaos, then coaxed this vital information out of them. Then he ambushed the Fates as part of his plans for conquest.
You're taking all this better than I would have. Come to think of it, I've never seen you angry.
You're seeing me right now. It's just, my anger changes nothing, typically. So Chaos now is working to undo some of the damage caused. Kronos removed one thread in the Fates, but created another. Perhaps an unwise trade.
Making a mockery of chaos seems unwise to
Are they
me.
following me? They are! That's adorable. And no one here.
Sisters, salute.
Headmistress, I have a message from my father that he asked me to relay. He sends his deepest gratitude.
Lord Hades told you this. Whatever for? He rots in his own prison whilst the Titan ransacks his domain. My charge was to safeguard the realm, and I did not.
Father spoke of when he left me in your care, when Kronos struck. He must have feared the worst. Now he knows I'm well. All thanks to you.
No, Melinoe, all this is thanks to Kronos. Your father would do well to save his gratitude ere we settle certain scores. Oh, speak not to him of this undignified response. I merely was taken aback.
Of course.
You get what I mean? It's like a loyal servant getting gratitude even though they failed at the charge. But that was not what was important. Need to get ambrosia. At least the imp and spoons and books of shadows among more details. Ooh, very nice.
With this stardust, I could form an immutable bond with a beast that has affinity for me.
Very nice. Let's do that.
Power to create.
Although I probably should have left it, but
Worth the wait.
we'll get it later.
Lord Charon always delivers.
The nectar, bath salts, always buy everything as I always do.
Perfect condition.
More psyche. And guess we get more ashes.
Got him, huh? Come here to gloat, I bet. I beat him. I beat the Titan. Well, hardly matters. He's still alive, you realize, don't you?
I wasn't coming here to gloat, and yes, I realize. But this is still a step. If I could vanquish Kronos once, I can do it again. And one of these nights, he's not going to come back.
Yeah, because one of these nights I'll get my hands on him myself.
And you can do the gloating, right?
Someone's still so petty, it's hilarious. Like as I said, I get the difference in the character interactions, and to be honest, it is kind of a fresh air in some aspects. Other ones a bit more unusual, and I kind of miss the whole kind of like more relaxed vibe of the original. But you know, you can't moan about stuff like that. I would like him to wake up. It would be nice. But yeah, that was a really good run, and I haven't seen one of those in a very long time. So yeah, we'll leave it here. Again, if you do enjoy these videos, do leave a like, subscribe to see more, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.